Michelle Obama is a man!
UFC fighter and alcoholic Gerber baby Josh Hokett is facing intense backlash for calling former First Lady Michelle Obama a man. But are we surprised someone who looks like this doesn't know what a woman looks like?
Josh Hockett's comments about Michelle Obama was utterly disgusting and super unnecessary. This was in no manner appropriate to say. No matter where you land, whether you're left, moderate, right, you still should have a respect for the former First Lady of this nation. And I feel as if because that is a Black woman, it made it almost more laughable, more comedic, because you thought that you could get away with that. Show me any other race of women that you are going and saying something like that on a public platform that you had. It's absolutely ridiculous. And anybody laughing about it, that shows me a lot about your character and who you are. You also are immature and disgusting. No matter how you felt about how her husband ran this country, his views, she does not deserve the disrespect that she just got from that comment. On top of that, if you call yourself a patriot and you stand for this flag and this...
They said the same thing about Venus and Serena. Every time a Black woman becomes something, others, some people from that side try to take a shot at them. It's been going on. I mean, when is it going to be enough?
Graduate of Princeton and Harvard University, a record-breaking author, a two-time Grammy Award winner, lawyer with a career in the public and nonprofit sectors, an advocate for healthy families, service members and their families, higher education, international adolescent girls education, and so much more. Co-founder of a media production company which has produced award-winning and critically acclaimed content. The 44th First Lady of the United States, one of the most admired women in the world. What an icon.
This one is also condemning Josh Hockett's statement about Michelle Obama. Let's listen.
There's an entire conspiracy theory about Michelle Obama being transgender. Have you seen that?
I've seen that. I've seen
Like,
Megan Thee Stallion.
Yes.
And it's
sick.
It's really ridiculous.
Some of the most powerful women, powerful dark-skinned Black women, Michelle Obama, Megan Thee Stallion, who else? Serena Williams, have been masculinized because of how powerful and how influential, and because of how tall they are, because they're all tall women.
Initially, it can be triggering for women to hear those comments, but there's a way you need to approach that without being transphobic in response. You don't want to also offend a whole other community.
Exactly.
While trying
because
to
there's
defend
nothing
yourself.
wrong with being
nothing
transgender.
wrong with being transgender.
Yeah.
Trying to use someone's identity as an insult is where the problem is.
Exactly.
Whether I was or wasn't, why are you trying to make that something that's about me? And
Exactly.
I feel like everyone should just mind their business.
Yeah.
We've been posting about Josh Hokett, and so many people are furious, are saying this is racist. Racist is too expensive. You shouldn't mock our former First Lady because our former First Lady never said anything about you. Let us listen to what these guys are saying.
And this has gotten a lot of well-deserved attention and a bad kind of attention. Josh Hokett, however you pronounce that guy's name, the UFC fighter who decided to disparage Michelle Obama. Now, to state the obvious, it is disgusting. It is racist. It's repulsive. It's like, how could you say that about a former First Lady? It is also, and it should be seen this way, absolutely freaking pathetic. And it's also pathetic that Donald Trump did not disavow these comments. Is it surprising? No, it's absolutely not surprising. Of course, it's not surprising. This is a president who depicted the former president and his wife as monkeys not that long ago, okay? Of course, he's not going to disavow them. Even Dave Portnoy of Barstool Sports, not exactly a card-holding liberal, thinks he should disavow it, right? But of course, he's not going to. Because if he disavows it, if he tells his people it's not acceptable, then what does it mean? It elevates people who are better than him. And the Obamas are definitely better than him. And you know what I'm sure is driving him absolutely freaking crazy right now? That the Obama Library is going to open on Thursday. And between that and the parade for the Knicks, that is going to take up all the oxygen, all positive vibes around that thing. Mayor Mamdani is going to get lots of press. Barack Obama is going to get lots of press. And guess who's little sad guy who barely has an Iran deal? It's not even a deal, Donald Trump. But here's the thing. The man still lives in his own version of an alternate universe. So despite all of this, I thought it was quite telling what he said to the president of France. I just got to play it for you.
Then we had a really exciting, I think maybe one of the most incredible evenings in the history of the White House. We had an evening last night with the fighters, and I was very happy. I called last night, very late last night, to congratulate you, because in the heavyweight division, a French fighter won. I don't know, is that maybe more important than the World Cup? To some people it might be. To some people it might be. You have a good team in the World Cup.
Could you see President of France there? Like, no, it's not freaking more important than the World Cup. Some weird fight you had on your South Lawn. The World Cup is enormous, including in France, and they have a good team. So no, Donald Trump, I don't think anyone would say that the spectacle you put on for your birthday on the South Lawn is more important than the World Cup, which most Americans, including my entire household, are obsessed with right now.
Michelle Obama is overreacting and making a big deal out of nothing. I was just joking with her, just a harmless comment with no bad intent, but she took it and framed it as racism and a personal attack, which is not how I meant it at all. I'll admit, saying that inside the White House wasn't very respectful. But anyone who knows me knows I've always made jokes like this after winning matches or in casual situations. It's just how I talk sometimes. I've even said worse things before, and it was never turned into something this serious. I was just trying to lighten the mood a bit. What I said is nothing close to the kind of trash talk athletes throw at each other before games. So I don't understand why this one comment is being singled out. Is it because her last name is Obama? Or because of her skin color? When did everything in the U.S. start getting turned into racial politics like this? I can apologize and accept consequences if needed, but I still don't think I did anything wrong.
And now you're saying it was a joke.
But after the fight, he says while Joe Rogan is holding the microphone, Michelle Obama is a man. And a lot of people were stunned by this, shocked by this. Other people felt as though it should have been condemned right away, which it should have. You have President Trump sitting right there. You got Dana White sitting right there, and you've got Joe Rogan holding the microphone. He doesn't say anything either. Now, after this, a lot of people have come out and said, how dare he do that? Me included. That's not the time and place. If you're celebrating the unity of the United States of America, if you're celebrating 250 years, if that's the kind of disrespect and vitriol you're going to bring to the table, that's disgusting. That's repulsive behavior. And he has since come out today and said, hey, I'm not here to make any friends. Obviously, he wants clicks. He wants views. And the White House did not directly comment on this. They just said he had a great fight. But Dana White, who is the leader of the UFC, did come out and say this is nonsense, which it is. But here's what the story should be. This guy wrestled in high school, phenomenal athlete, phenomenal wrestler. Then he goes, walks on at Fresno State to the football team. He's already wrestling at Fresno State, All-American. Walks onto the football team, makes the football team. Tremendous player. Then he goes and makes the roster for the San Francisco 49ers. So think about this. Imagine if this happened to a kid in the Central Texas area. You're talking local high school, UT Austin. You wrestle, you play football, and then you're going to go play for the Dallas Cowboys. Isn't that a great story? Shouldn't that be the story? But instead, because of this attention economy and because of what we've been rewarding these people for clicks and views, Josh Hokett comes out and says something as disgusting as Michelle Obama is a man. It's really a shame.
UFC fighter Josh Hokett has been slammed by a flurry of online haymakers after he celebrated his Freedom 250 victory with a shocking slur targeting former First Lady Michelle Obama. After winning his heavyweight bout at the White House via TKO on Sunday, Hokett joined Joe Rogan in the octagon for a post-match interview where he showed he wasn't done throwing jabs. Hokett yelled to a cheering crowd, "Michelle Obama is a man. Am I right, America?" Criticism to Hokett's remarks was swift and fierce, with everyone from Fox News pundits to lawmakers and a former NFL quarterback denouncing them. When asked for comment about Hokett's remarks by CNN's Jake Tapper, the White House said only this: he had a great win last night. He showed a toughness and the ability to pressure his opponent both on his feet and on the ground. For this story and more, check out Mediaite.com.
Can't really put Hokett on, it feels like nothing's off limits for him now.
Dude, he's funny, bro.
I mean, people like he's getting a lot of flack for the comments about Michelle Obama, but which I understand. I think that I say it like this: like if he put it on his own platform, on his own Instagram, and said some comments, it's whatever, right? Who cares? But if you use the White House and Paramount Plus and the UFC's platform to say that, I could see dude, not necessary. But I will tell you, that was probably the most viral comment he could make into the mic.
Well, he was ashamed about it. You saw him when he said it. He knew he was.
Oh,
ashamed.
after you could see he was a little bit like, shit, should I have said that one?
Yeah.
Why is that a thing?
Why is what a thing?
Michelle Obama being a man? Is that
just a big, strong lady, I guess?
Oh, I didn't get it. I'm like, why is she a man?
And then people have had, on the internet, have had their takes about that.
Oh.
Has the Paramount Plus and being different from pay-per-view, does that change anything for you specifically?
I mean, I'm still on the same contract, so I haven't talked to him since Paramount's bought the UFC or since that deal's gone down.
Dana White was asked about the post-fight interview, which obviously caused some waves, and he said that he heard about it and isn't a fan. Your response?
He didn't hate it that much. He didn't hate it that much, Ariel.
Yeah.
Still gave me the 100,000.
Yeah.
He couldn't hate it that much.
So that's not going to change your approach. That's not going to deter you from continuing to do this.
Oh, we keep building. We just keep stacking until we just get all the money in the world. And then I just get my lake house and my boat. And then I ride off into the sunset.
Oh,
Ariel,
yeah.
Ariel, you're invited on my boat when I get one.
Thank you. How far away are we from that?
It's the heavyweight division. It's not very fucking deep, you know? Sorry for my cuss word.
No, I get it.
Ariel, for a couple years, I don't know. I might just do this until I can't anymore. Probably till I'm 40.
He's just mad Michelle Obama could kick his ass. Yeah, the guy who threw up on himself and then went on TV and said, Michelle Obama is a man, Josh Hockett. He's just upset that Michelle Obama is not only smarter than him, more successful than him, but she could also take him down. And his statement and the crowd's reaction, Joe Rogan, and even Donald Trump smiling when he said that proves everything I ever thought about the UFC, its fighters, and the majority of its fan base. I said what I said. Now, why go after Michelle Obama other than the fact that she's an incredibly intelligent, accomplished black woman in America? I mean, for most white people and white men in particular, that's reason enough. But here's the thing. The Obamas live rent-free in all of their heads, not just Barack, but Michelle too. Why? Because they know that they could never measure up. And white men in particular are really upset that they can never measure up to a strong, intelligent, educated black woman who could probably also take him down.
So I loved the UFC fights last night. They were so fucking good. They were some of the best fights I've ever seen. But what I didn't like was Josh using his moment to call Michelle Obama a man. The thing for me is it's not even a political argument. It's about diminishing a strong woman by implying that her strength, height, intelligence, confidence, leadership, all that kind of stuff is somehow a masculine trait. And just because she doesn't fit to his societal norm of how women should look like or how they should act doesn't mean that she's a fucking man. It just really bothered me as a strong, confident, successful woman in today's day of age. It really hit a nerve with me because I have experienced similar hate by insecure men, and it's just gross. It just kind of proved to me how much this society hates women, especially strong women. Anyways, it really kind of put a damper on the whole fucking experience for me. What did you guys think?
So, this demon right here, Josh, whatever your last name is, decided to take the opportunity that Donald Trump gave him on the White House grounds, the sacred White House grounds, to call Michelle Obama a man.
And lastly, Michelle Obama is a man. Am I right, America?
No, you're wrong. Just like the people in the background who are laughing at what you just said about the first black first lady.
Michelle Obama is a man.
And this is why I mean what I say. When I say Trump supporters are as Joe Biden once coined you.
Is this guy Christian? Listen to what he's saying.
If Jesus turned water into wine, he could turn you into mine. Can I have a hug?
Yeah.
Thank you. Well, you smell really nice.
You've taken it down an octave here.
Yeah, the Incredible Hulk's not here. Dan Bato's not here.
What's this alter ego called?
It's just Josh. I'm scared.
This is just Josh?
Yeah, I want everybody to get along.
How do we get the Hulk to come out? What pokes the bear?
Curtis Blades right now. So if you get Curtis Blades over here, I guess he'll come out.
You know what, Josh? I'll protect you.
Thank
I
you.
got you.
Thank
I
you.
got
Can
you.
I have another hug?
Okay, wait. I have some questions.
You smell really nice. I like your hair too.
Thank you.
I like your smile.
Thank you. Oh, I need
like
to
your
give you.
skin.
Oh, that's so nice.
I like you.
You're awesome. I love you. I feel like we're best friends now. Yeah, guys, I'm first date kind of nervous. My
Can I have
goodness.
your number? Can I take you on a date? What do you like to eat?
Sushi.
Sushi. I like sushi too.
Ball's
Can I have
here.
Another hug.
Sure.
Calling a woman names doesn't make you a man or a Christian. After winning his fight, Josh Hokett stood in the cage and thanked Jesus Christ for being his Lord and Savior, and ended by shouting that Michelle Obama is a man. Now let me be crystal clear, and use small words in case Josh is watching. Josh, you don't act like a man, and you certainly don't act like a Christian, because a Christian's words should reflect the Christ they claim to follow. Jesus never demeaned women. He respected them. He elevated them. He treated them with dignity in a culture that often did not. Winning an MMA fight doesn't make you a man. A real man lives with respect, with the kind of authority that doesn't need to humiliate other people to prove a point. A real man respects women. And before someone says this is political, remember, after Donald Trump's Access Hollywood hot mic recording became public, Michelle Obama gave a speech about how women should be treated. Conservative Glenn Beck praised that speech. He called it brilliant and the best speech since Ronald Reagan. He said, "Those words hit me right where I live." Beck said the speech was really about a simple question. Who are you as a human being? How do you view women? Because Jesus never confused strength with cruelty. So here's my question. What do you think makes a man a man? Leave a comment below.
A limerick for my MMA fighter. There once was a fighter named Hokett who grabbed for his chicken to choke it. But to his surprise, 'twas a gash between his thighs. And now you're a woman, Josh. Oh shit.
Nah, for real, how disrespectful can you be? Why are we talking about politics at a sporting event? Josh Hokett wins his fight and calls Michelle Obama a man. Completely unprovoked, classless, and tasteless. You're talking about somebody who's not even thinking about you, has nothing to do with the sport at that. Just because you want to get a couple hee-hees and ha-has. Like, I don't understand why you want to tear this woman down and she has done nothing to you.
So, Donald Trump sponsored this UFC event at the White House. And during this event, at the end of one of the fights, Josh Hokett called former First Lady Michelle Obama a man. And, that's absolutely despicable. And, rightfully so, a lot of people have condemned what this man has said and all that kind of stuff. But right after this man said it, he was on a stage with Joe Rogan, a man who at first supported Donald Trump and then, spoke out against Donald Trump. And here Joe Rogan is at the White House participating in this event. Joe Rogan said nothing when this man made those racist remarks about First Lady Michelle Obama. He said absolutely nothing. He was just smiling. He was all grins, but said nothing. And you had all these corporations, from what I understand, that sponsored this event. What have they said about these remarks? What have they done? And I was watching this clip here on TikTok, and I'll post a link to it in the comments. But even the Democratic Party itself did not come out harshly enough against these ridiculous and racist statements that this man made. So it is very disappointing, especially given the fact that African American women are, the biggest supporters of the Democratic Party. They should have, the Democratic Party should have spoken out more harshly against what this man said. And this is not just something that occurred like at any other event, like at a stadium somewhere. This was at the White House. And this shows you a lot about Donald Trump and his character. I mean, first of all, the mere fact that he would host a UFC event at the White House is just an example of him basically, undermining the integrity of the White House. It's an example of him showing his disrespect for the office. This man is an absolutely disgrace to the nation. And the thing is, like, one of the things that is blatantly clear from this, reminder of how racist America is that it doesn't matter how accomplished a Black person becomes in this society. You're still viewed as the quote unquote N-word. And you got a lot of these people, these tap dancing, sellout Negroes that constantly promote this idea of respectability politics. They constantly promote this idea about how degenerate Black culture is, and this idea that you got to pull yourself up by your bootstraps and, act a certain way and be a good Negro in order to gain respect from these racist people. And the fact of the matter is, no matter how respectable you are, no matter how dignified you are, no matter how well you speak the English language and how educated you become, none of that matters in the minds of these racists, because here we have a former first lady, someone is very educated. She graduated from Harvard. She was an accomplished attorney before she even met President Obama. And then she went on to become, one of the most popular first ladies in this nation. But yet and still, she's nothing but the N-word in the minds of these people. Her and President Obama are nothing but apes in the minds of these racist people. And people continue to put forth these ridiculous, nonsensical, unsubstantiated conspiracy theories. And it just shows you how demented these people are. It shows you how truly sick they are. And, this man should be canceled completely. This guy that made these despicable remarks about First Lady Michelle Obama, he shouldn't be able to do business anywhere at this point based on those ridiculous and racist comments. And the thing that has to be pointed out is that this is not something that's just in isolation. This is a stereotype that is constantly made against Black women. This idea that Black women are masculine, that they are like men and all that kind of stuff. It goes back to the mammy stereotype that they've had of Black women, the stereotype of a Black woman as, very masculine. So this plays into that long history of racism against Black women, and it needs to be roundly condemned by the Democratic Party and, by any people who have any kind of decency.
Can't really put Hokit on, it feels like nothing's off limits for him now.
Dude, he's funny, bro.
I mean, people he's getting a lot of flack for the comments about Michelle Obama, but which I understand. I think that I say it like this, if he put it on his own platform, on his own Instagram and said some comments, it's whatever, right? Who cares? But if you use the White House and Paramount Plus and the UFC's platform to say that, I could see dude, not maybe not necessary, but I will tell you that was probably the most viral comment he could make into the mic.
Well, he was ashamed about it. You saw him when he said it. He knew he was
Oh,
ashamed.
after you could see he was
He's
a little
going,
bit like, shit, should I have said that one?
Yeah.
Why is that a thing?
Why is what a thing?
Michelle Obama being a man? Is that like
just a big, strong lady, I guess?
Oh, I didn't get it. I'm like, why is she a man?
And then people have had, like on the internet, have had their takes about that.
Oh.
Has the Paramount Plus and being like different from pay-per-view, does that change anything for you specifically?
I mean, I'm still on the same contract, so I haven't talked to him since Paramount's bought the UFC or since that deal's gone down.
Calling Michelle Obama a former first lady, a man on live TV on the White House lawn is so insanely fucking disrespectful.
Michelle Obama is a man. Am I right, America?
This is not liberal snowflake propaganda. There is a big difference between what this UFC fighter did and a comedian telling an offensive joke. You go to a comedy show understanding that the boundaries are going to be pushed. That is literally their job. In the words of the great late Patrice O'Neal, half the room should be in utter disgust, shock, and fucking hating your guts, and the other half should be dying of laughter. And if this was a regular UFC fight in like Abu Dhabi or some bullshit and he got on the mic and said that, whatever. He's just rage baiting, trying to be controversial, trying to be put on the next title card by Mr. Daddy Dana White. But you were on the White House lawn in an event that was already publicly ostracized because it feels like a circus act, but y'all are saying it represents freedom and everything that's great about America. Okay, cool. They were great fights, yes. But you're on the White House lawn and then you publicly insult a former first lady from 2 administrations ago? For fucking what? Roles reverse. What if the NBA in 8 years and 2 administrations hosts an NBA game on the White House lawn and then Victor Wembanyama gets on the mic and he says, yeah, well, Melania Trump, she's a dumb cow. That'd be fucked up.
Michelle Obama is not suing the UFC or Josh Ho. What's his name? Josh Ho. Josh the Ho. She's not suing anybody. Those are unverified rumors. Secondly, Dana White did not issue an apology. He made a statement that he didn't like what Josh the Ho said in the ring pertaining to Michelle Obama, but that there would not be any disciplinary action. Dana White's known for giving his fighters free reign on what they can say. So, like one of his fighters, said that Adolf Hitler is a cool dude. So, let that slide. But he'll draw the line with Sean Strickland when Sean Strickland is anti-Israel or anti-Trump. He'll draw the line there, but not when you think Adolf Hitler's a cool dude. I don't know. Bottom line is, no one has apologized for shit. So I'm just gonna fuck off and enjoy my beer. Cheers.
So I'm sure most of you have seen the post where Josh Hockett, one of the UFC fighters that fought at the White House over the weekend, this past weekend, and he straight up called Michelle Obama a man. Now, I must say, I was pissed when I heard that. That woman is one of the most beautiful, intelligent, classic human beings that ever stepped foot on this planet. She's a stand-up woman, and she is an inspiration as a woman, a black woman no less, successful as a human being, as a wife and a mother. She is an inspiration. Last night, I found out that she went and sued Josh Hockett for defamation of character. Awesome job, Michelle. She's going to donate the money that she gets from the lawsuit, because it's not about the money. It's about standing up for her rights as a human being. And what he said was ridiculous. And people need to be held accountable that hate is wrong. And bullies will not be tolerated. He would never go to her face and say that. So kudos to Michelle Obama for stepping up and suing this guy for defamation of character. He's ugly anyway, disgusting. No woman wants you. And for donating it to an organization for Black women. If I wasn't holding my phone, I'd give you a round of applause. God bless the Obamas. When I heard that Trump made an AI image depicting them as apes, I was appalled that anybody, especially somebody running this country, would do. I have long said they should have got him for defamation at that point, but they're stand-up people. They know that it wouldn't have done any good, and it is what it is. It was racist, and unfortunately, they're probably used to it. They're Black. So if that wasn't, the ape comment wasn't bad enough, then somebody that supports Trump called her a man and is getting his ass sued. And I hope they throw the book at him. I hope they take him for everything he's got. That is not very Christian-like of me, but God don't like hate. And the Obamas were the best leadership we have had in this country in my entire lifetime. You will never find leadership like that, and I wish we could have them back. I wish. Because if anybody could turn this country around, it would be President Barack Obama. That's a promise. You can save your hate, because there is nothing that will convince me otherwise. I survived the 2 years, or the 2 terms that he was here in office. They are the most beautiful human beings on the planet. The love that they share for each other, the love that they shared for this country, the love that they shared for people. Amazing human beings. So again, kudos to you, Michelle. God bless you guys. Peace.
Anyway, do you think Josh Hawkett's statement towards Michelle Obama, it was racist? Tell me what you think down in the comment, and thank you for watching Mighty Great Minds Blacks. See you in the next video. Don't forget to subscribe. One love.
Thank you for watching Great Minds Blacks.